Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture video. Here we are going to see furthermore examples for formal letters. The next one is acknowledgement letter. When it comes to appreciation letter, most of us forget to appreciate the people for their right deed. But when it comes to an organization which takes much care about their employees, they do always send appreciation letter for the good deed, for the right deed of an employee in order to keep that person, uh, to give that person an inspiration to work very well in the future. So, people who receive appreciation letters often feel good about themselves for something they have done wrong in their life, about their career, and for the company they have worked. So, although sending one is an optional gesture, but it is always a good idea to do so. It is it obviously shows that you really take care of the employee who is working very hard for you, that you're really concerned about him and you are watching whatever he does to the company. So appreciation letter and letters of gratitude are in common and professional. So in personal and it can be in professional situations. So have a look at the appreciation letter. In appreciation letter, first you have the to address, um, and then from address, to whom and from whom, and then the subject. It goes like this: Dear Julia, a bus service idea which you have given is really great surprise to employees. Before providing bus service, it was difficult for me to reach on time. I had to leave home early and I had to change buses 3 times. I'm sure this will benefit both the company as well as myself. Your enthusiasm and your ability to motivate your employees have resulted in a significant increase in productivity and profitability. If we had an award to give, we would be the prime candidate. Please accept my sincerest appreciation for the fine job you are doing in our sales department. So this is the appreciation letter for giving an idea. So in big companies, even when they give very good idea, appreciation letters are sent. So it is not only for giving an idea, for achieving something, for doing something great for the company. So you always kind of receive appreciation letter, or the company has to give appreciation letter when a person does very well. Next comes adjustment letters. Adjustment letters are nothing but it is a reply letter. It's a reply to the company customer. An adjustment letter is nothing but a reply letter to the customer's complaint. A letter written in response to the complaint of the customer is called an adjustment letter. It is written when a seller or delivery authorities write back to the customer in regard to the complaint. The letter informs the customer whether his or her complaint has been accepted or been rejected. Also, refund the amount. Also, if they want to refund the amount that they have paid for a particular product which is damaged, which is why they complain, so they include all the details in the adjustment letters, or she is eligible for and how to obtain it. So all these procedures will be included in the adjustment letter. These letters deal with all kinds of complaints such as defective goods, services is when the service is very poor, shipment issue, or the product undelivered or not delivered on time. So all these kind of issues will be addressed in adjustment letter. These letters are known as adjustment letters because their main purpose is to resolve a conflict between the customer and the seller. So, how to write an adjustment letter? When it comes to complaint letter and an adjustment letter, they are highly sensitive, because when you give a complaint, you though it is the organization's problem or the sender's problem, you have to be polite when you send a complaint letter, saying that your tone must be polite and your problem must be very exact. There should not be any cheating, because it will be fire. These letters can be taken to court, and cases can be built on it if there is no response from the respective parties. So these adjustment letters and complaint letters must be given much attention and should be written very formally with polite gestures. So, so you have to be very well aware of how to write an adjustment letter. So first you have to organize all the material. When it comes to material, the conversation between the customer um, and the organizations, the sender. So all the conversation regarding this particular topic must be collected and must be arranged in proper. If it is the company's mistake, and the company must take in charge of the mistake and accept the mistake as a gesture that you have made a mistake. So it will always satisfy the customer, and it will help the customer to understand your problem. If you deny even though if you have made mistake, if you deny the mistake, then you have much chance to lose that particular customer. So it is always good to admit the mistake. And then comes positive reply. So you have to give a positive reply to the customer, so that the customer who has paid much amount for a particular service or product will be satisfied, will be calmed, so that he will get a hope that his amount or his product or his service will be adjusted and given in a proper way. And then comes the next point, diplomacy. Take for example, when the customer is not right, he has made a false complaint about your product or service. His demands are not justifiable. Then the sellers need to be very diplomatic. You need not to be very rude and cruel. You have to keep your cool. You should not lose your cool. So you have to be diplomatic, so that even after refusal, even after the refusal of your refusal of the customer's complaint, your client must remain as your client forever. He must be satisfied. Explain the company policies very clearly, terms and conditions in a common man's language, so that the customer can easily understand. It may happen sometimes due to the misunderstanding between the customer and the company. Due to misunderstanding, when reading the company's policies, so you have to explain everything. You have to identify where the problem lies, and you have to explain it very clearly to the customer. And then, even though it is the customer's mistake, okay, in this case you have to be very polite when you reject uh, the complaint, or when you reject the customer's demand. You have to be extremely polite. And then in adjustment letter and complaint letter, the letter head is very very important, and it has to be on top of the letter. And then do proofreading before you send the letter, because these letters are very always it creates issues. So even a small word which is mistaken will result in severe problem. So it has to be very formal. So here is an example. So here comes the letter head on the top of the company who sends the letter. Okay, this is letter dated on the particular day. And dear sir, we thank you for your letter on 5th Feb for along with sample cloth of examination. The report that we have received just today shows that the containment forwarded to you was the wrong one, full of defective cloths. It was a mistake because of our dispatch section, and we regret this mistake, which has cost you both embarrassment, and inconvenience. We have already sent the replacement by the passenger train. You can be sure of the quality of cloth now sent. You can, of course, return the cloth to us and debit our account for the loss caused to you. We again regret the inconvenience to you and assure you. So this is a perfect example for the acknowledgement letter. So this acknowledgement letter should be always written with much care so that there won't happen any further mistake in the communication between the sender and the receiver. So thank you so much for watching this video, and for further understanding about different types of formal letter, please do check Google Notes posted in the Google Classroom. It will give you much understanding about different types of formal letters. Thank you.